We were supposed to have with us the Managing Director of LIC India, Mr. C Suseel Kumar, but however, he's unable to be here because of an urgent engagement. But ladies and gentlemen, we are truly fortunate to have in our presence Mr. Dharan, Regional Manager Marketing, LIC Western Zone, and he will be conducting this session. So ladies and gentlemen, give him a truly warm OOH welcome. Put your hands together. Mr. Dharan, welcome sir. He's got the OOH smile. So everybody, put your hands together. Come on. Woo.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you greetings from the Life Insurance Corporation of India, and I have been asked to discuss about how and why OOH is the most trusted influencer, consumer influencer. And I would like to go through this citing the LIC's example. So I'll take you through a series of presentations, what we do, how we do, and what we expect. This is how I plan to proceed. Why OOH is the best consumer influencer? From LIC's point of view, why does from LIC's point of view, why LIC here? This is normally or formally supposed to be a convention of advertisers. And what is LIC doing here is the first question. I would like to just present before you the fact that we probably are one of those companies which use OOH to the maximum in the country. We have been using it since our inception, and whatever publicity we do, OOH forms a great part of our publicity agenda, and therefore, I think we are in a position to tell you from a advertiser's point of view what we really do and what we really need. So this is the agenda that I propose to do, LIC and what is LIC's need for OOH, then how LIC proceeds with all those things, and ultimately what are our expectations. So this is where we are. Life Insurance Corporation of India is the largest life insurance company in the world in terms of number of customers. No company in the world matches LIC in its sheer size. It was formed by an act of the Government of India in 1956 with a mandate to spread life insurance widely to the rural areas as well as the socially and economically backward classes with a view to reaching all insurable people across the country. Reaching all insurable people across the country means reaching almost 130 crores of probable customers, and it's a huge and onerous task. That makes us probably one of the biggest marketeers in the country, and that also makes us one of the biggest or the largest mass operators in the country. It is not an easy task that we reach this many number of customers. So I'll give you just a perspective as to where we stand and what we are. As a Life Insurance Corporation of India, what we are. The population, if I consider, of the world, across the world, UK has a population of 51 million. Germany has a population of 82 million. Mexico has a population of 132 million. Japan has 126 million. Russia has 143 million. Brazil has 212 million. And the fourth largest populated country in the world, Indonesia, has 269 million people living in the country. But just to look at what the size of LIC is, this is what we serve. 290 million policies. If LIC were to be treated as a country, we would have been the fourth largest populated country in the world today. This is the kind of potential this is the kind of size we serve, and this is the size of operations. But this is only what we have. What we need to cover is almost another 100 crores. That is huge population to be covered. So the question that we always face is how to reach our customers, how to reach our prospects. It's a question that we need to find solutions on, And coming across advertisement platforms, we always use OOH as one of the major platforms of reaching all the possible customers. Now, what do we do in OOH? Before I go into what we do in OOH, I'd like to just spend a few minutes on why we consider OOH as a better medium of communication than other media. For one, we do advertisements in all kinds of media, including digital, papers, social media, and OOH. But we have always found and always thought that OOH remains the best media of communication for 2-3 reasons. One is that it gives me a freedom of choice of sizes. I can go on to advertise in any kind of OOH billboards, starting from 2x3 to 60x60, or maybe even 80x80. If I come from Worli towards Bandra, I see hoardings which are huge, very huge. And always OOH gives me a platform which is not matched by any other means of communication, because the size, sheer size of OOH is too big to match. The size of a paper determines the size of the advertisement, or the size of a TV screen or the size of a video screen determines the size of advertisement in a digital media. OOH that way. I can even make it thousands of square feet if I go in for bus paneling or train panels. The scope that it offers in terms of size is sheer huge. Then the other thing that I feel the reason why we concentrate more on print media, more on OOH, is that print media is, how would I put it, temporary, in the sense that print media and digital media, the period for which it is visible is only the time till the paper is used or paper is read, or the TV screens. In fact, paper, in the morning paper comes, you read, and then it goes to the basket of waste paper. Therefore, the advertisement that I put, spending that equal amount of money or maybe even more amount of money in creating that ad goes unnoticed for more than just half an hour or maybe more. And in case of a digital media, we are all famously aware that we keep on switching channels just to avoid advertisements. And even if somebody sees the advertisement, how much time does it stay in the minds of the people is a question. Whereas in case of a OOH or an outdoor media, the advantage that an OOH has is that it keeps on reminding the person. In fact, I'm reminded of a movie called Traffic Junction, a traffic light. If you have seen the movie, you will find that that movie had a traffic island as a central character, and life around the traffic island was the theme of the movie. Similarly, in many places, the OOH billboards become a way of life. So they keep on reminding you of the matter that is advertised, and so long as we don't change the advertisement, it carries on. So it is a kind of a permanent fixture. Third thing is the location choice that I have. I can choose where I want the advertisement to be, for how much people or how much audience I want it to be. I need not worry about a TV advertisement going to entire part of the country where I want it only to be specified to a certain segment of people. And then also the scales of economy. OOH gives me an economy scale which is unmatched with other panels, in the sense that for the number of eyeballs that it generates, and for the number of days that it stays in a place, the money that is spent on it is actually becoming worthwhile for me in actual comparisons to other media, which is not as economical as it is. And finally, in a lighter note, OOH also is used by many people as landmarks. फलाना फलाना route पे फलाना फलाना turn लेने के बाद फलाना एक billboard होगा, उसके बाजू में, यानी कि people use billboards as landmarks to describe places. To that level, billboards have become a part of our own self. So how do we use this? In LIC, this is how we use. We started with Camelback. Long back, We used to have camelbacks, we used to have bullock carts carrying out billboards. This was when we started in the early beginnings of our company. This is how we went on. Then subsequently, we started wall paintings in rural areas, deep rural areas. Wall paintings became our media of communication. Old is gold. Then conveniences, the roadside advertisement, billboards and all that. Then we moved on to sponsoring events. And we started sponsoring even sports events like football matches and cricket matches. Today, we are a presence everywhere that as you are already aware, we are associated with many of you. In fact, even in some of the advertisements shown here, LIC was a prominent feature. Then we went on to do some puppet shows. Long back, we had this insurance as a concept is not really readily accepted by people. So we had to go around convincing people about insurance and spreading awareness of insurance awareness. Spreading awareness about insurance used to be done using puppet shows. Even today, in some deep rural villages, we use this as a medium. Then we changed on to navigation poles. As time progresses and OH evolved, we shifted from all those old patterns to new patterns, navigation poles. Then display in malls. Today we are present in many of the malls across the country, in bus shelters, wherever it is possible. We do a lot of advertisements. Then in bus wraps, we have been using bus wraps as a mobile publicity. This is probably one of the most economical form of advertisement for us because it is not stationary. It goes and moves on to many areas. Then train wraps. We were probably one of the first people to use train wraps as a means of advertisement. In fact, we went on to wrap entire metro in Delhi. We started this first. We also started metro wrapping in Chennai. We have done this in various places now. We are still considering this in Mumbai as well. Then inside metro display, inside metro station branding. In fact, 3 metro stations in Delhi metro have been branded as LIC stations. So Vaishali, the Alpha 1 and Shivaji Stadium station of Delhi Metro have been branded as LIC stations. So outside the house, branding has been a very, very popular instrument in the hands of LIC, and we have used many other means also, metro station branding. In fact, in Chennai, the station opposite to Life Insurance Corporation of India's zonal office is known as the LIC station itself. So that much we have been linked with this kind of advertisements. In 2006, we celebrated our Golden Jubilee. And when this was going on for 1 year, we had actually chartered a train called Zindagi Express. And this LIC Zindagi Express went around exhibiting the history of LIC and the history of insurance in India throughout the country for the entire year of 2006. From left to right, from the west to the east, and from the north to the south, it went, stationed in various places, and people were allowed to come inside and see the exhibition. Then we go on to airport branding. Inside the airport, outside the airport, inside the flights, we have branding inside Air India. We have also done branding inside SpiceJet. Then on trolleys, buses, auto rickshaws, all kinds of means of outside publicity we use. Mobile vans, Bimarat, we construct this kind of publicity material. Then rural wall paintings. This is a major source of our publicity because in the rural areas, I probably would like to mention this in the end also again. The presence of OOH other than in the form of wall paintings is very minimal in rural areas. So this is some area where we would like more attention of all the people sitting here who are advertisers. Then we also have beyond hoardings outside or outdoor publicity in the form of various activities that we do. In schools, we conduct Bima School campaign where we go to schools and actually we do provide infrastructural facilities in the school in 2 forms. One is as a part of our Golden Jubilee fund where we build buildings and all that, and the other is in the form of provisioning of furniture or maybe drinking water outlets, etc. This is one part of this. Similarly, in Villages also, we do this kind of work. We construct public utilities which are useful for the public using our branding as a part of it. Maybe it is bus shelters, maybe it is arches, maybe it is solar lamps, many things we do. So this is where we have been doing our bit of show. But of late, we have also started involving ourselves in more social-oriented things, health camps, maybe even no smoking, wear helmet campaigns, go green campaigns. The list is endless. We can go on to participate on anything. In fact, we have also been participating in, we have supplied school vans, ambulances, etc. to cancer hospitals and even school for differently abled children and all that. And we have also participated in, or we do participate, actually every year we do participate in awarding Students of the Year in schools. In many schools we do Student of the Year award. And then we also participate in marathons and rallies to create awareness, because our product is one, unfortunately, which does not have anything to show. We only sell based on a belief that our product is going to be good. And that is probably the most difficult part. I would put it this way, that it probably is easier to sell a refrigerator in the Antarctica than sell a life insurance policy to a person. Because what happens is that a person, it's difficult to tell a person that he probably may die one day, and nobody wants to believe that he dies. Though all of us are aware that tomorrow we may not be there. Next day is not guaranteed to anyone, but even then, an insurance agent probably is the worst person who can come to the house of a customer. This is what happens in India. So we would like to create awareness, and this is what all we do. Now we have started in Chennai, especially because Chennai is now reeling under water problem, and Chennai has started the concept of water ATMs. It's like cash ATMs. Water supply is the outcome. So you put a coin and you can take a certain amount of water. This water ATMs also we are now sponsoring. This is the latest in the thing that we do. We also have BMI machines across many states in the south. We have done this, and even in the west. So this is where we use publicity as outdoor publicity as a means of creating awareness about insurance and creating awareness about ourselves. But what is next? Of course, I'd also like to present this before you. These are the awards and accolades that LIC has won because of its activities and because of the magnitude and size of our performances and the service that we do. But what is next in OH? What do we expect, and what is needed for our use? So I have a certain issues that I would like to place before you as an advertiser, as a user. OH campaigns needs to break the clutter. My issue as an advertiser, as a person who gives advertisements, is how do I get top of the brand, top of the mind visibility? If you move to any streets of Mumbai or Delhi, or even, of course, Chennai doesn't have any hoardings because Chennai is not allowed to, city of Chennai is not allowed to exhibit any hoardings. But otherwise, in many cities where hoardings are there, the issue is the number of hoardings, even at one location, is so large that it becomes very difficult to catch the eye. So how do I get my product at the top of the mind is an issue that I face. So breaking the clutter is the first issue. The second one, of course, is engaging the customer. I just feel that OH is not just a piece of, is not just providing a piece of real estate. OH has to be more creative. Of course, Mr. Vidyarthi was telling in the morning, catching the imagination of people is what we require. And that means OH has to be more imaginative, more creative to generate customer engagement. The question that I would like to put before you is OOH a support cast for television and other social media? I mean, like, you need to be engaging the customer more in terms of advertisements published creatively. Then third, this thing is ROI. Every person who spends every single pie on advertisements or any other issue would like to understand how much money comes back to us. What is the advantage that we get? Measuring ROI is a concern that we have. We have in, at least I know in other countries, there are systems and methodologies for scientific cost and effective measurements of the impact of an advertisement, including eyeball count. So we need to develop systems in India as well, because ROI is always a concern for all advertisers. Then ethics and care for environment. Environmental concerns and ethical concerns. The competitions have become so much that I find in many places unethical practices also creeping into the pardon me in saying this, but unethical practices also creeping into the that I've been made silent, I don't know. Right. Then environment. Today, everything that concerns advertisement or anything that happens on the road is harming our environment, so we would like you to be also environment friendly. Use material that is biodegradable, that will not harm the environment. These are 4 areas of concern, and what do I expect? What do I expect as a user? Of course, I don't have a slide for that. I'd like to just say this. One is, instead of silos, can we think in terms of a 360-degree package? I mean this, that I'm a person who sanctions advertisements in papers and in print media, as well as in OOH, that is panels, bus panels, and all other OOH advertisements. I keep on continuously getting them. But I find that we are approached by people with, say, it's like this, somebody comes to me with train branding, somebody comes to me with station branding, somebody else comes to me with the bus branding, somebody else comes to me with inside the bus panels, somebody comes to me with plane branding, somebody comes to me with the airport branding. Can we have a 360-degree branding kind of issue? I mean, one person giving me all options in one place. This is number one. Number two is, and this I said earlier also, market is not only in urban area. Today, with the kind of development that India is seeing, market is beyond metro. It is in the tier 1, tier 2, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, tier 6, and even the rural areas. And we hardly have any kind of OOH activities happening outside in the rural areas. In fact, if you go out of Mumbai, either on the Eastern Expressway or on the Western Expressway or on the Mumbai-Pune highway, I don't find, you'll not find that kind of publicity happening in many of those rural areas outside the main town. So much so, I always think that we need to develop some systems where, of course, we have in our own premises, we have OOH advertisements, boards in the compound, but beyond the compound, it doesn't happen even otherwise. So this is one. 3 is, can we have an industry voice? You have in FICCI and CII industry voices of the manufacturers and the business people. Can we have an industry voice of advertisers, OOH advertisers? And finally, this I speak from the point of view of a public sector insurance company. A public sector has got its own problems, its own issues, its own difficulties, and its own issues regarding transparency. So, can we think in terms of a GEM kind of portal, which is much more transparent than what it is today? GEM portal in purchasing gives us a lot of flexibility in the sense that it is transparent, so we need not have to go in for all the CVC procedures. It's very clear. So, can you think in terms of a GEM portal? Something that is a food for thought. I just leave it with that. I would like to thank you for having invited us here. We have been probably one of the largest users of OOH advertisements in the country. We will continue to be patronizing you. We would like to just request you that when we do, and if we do, please give us best results in terms of eyeball, in terms of mind frame. Thank you very much. All the best.
Well, sir, we're going to request you to continue to be with us on stage. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to join us on stage, present the 3 questions that he has chosen from the whole host of questions that have come through. Please welcome on stage Mr. Amit Kapoor, Managing Director, US Advertising. He's got all the questions up there on screen, and we're wondering which three you've chosen, sir. There are a lot of hearts beating right now, so we're going to invite you to present these three questions.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. First of all, I would like to thank you on behalf of everybody for supporting, promoting, and endorsing out of home as a medium. And we can see, as you told, LIC from the smallest possible size to the largest possible size. Now, coming to the questions, the three questions which have come are, Nishant Kumar from Atin. If you had to choose between size or quality of creative, which could make an impact, what would you choose? Example, Jeep signage on Mumbai-Pune Expressway or a Zomato campaign using smart creatives. Second one from Tanseem Madison. How do you measure ROI for LSE for the OH medium? And third is from Surabhi Saxena. Why does finance companies prefer to put high text content in outdoor advertising?
Can you please repeat?
Why does finance companies prefer to put high text content in the outdoor advertising?
Thank you. I think I have already explained about ROI, because ROI is an area that we have actual concerns about. How do I measure? I still have no idea. That is why I asked you for that. Right? There are methods of measuring ROI in other countries. I would like something to develop in India. As far as size or quality, that was the first question, right, sir?
Okay.
Size or quality. The first question was size or quality.
No. First is if you had to choose between the size or the quality of the creative.
Size or the quality?
Yeah, size or the quality.
Yeah, I would definitely say size, quality more than size, because that gives me an impact. The quality gives me an impact. Size does not matter if the quality is good. Because this has been proved in many advertisements. The matter that is conveyed, if it is conveyed with the quality, the size doesn't matter. Even on TV it is created. And finally, the last question was...
why does finance companies prefer to put...
LIC do a lot of texting? Thank you for the question. This is something that we have also been addressing. We will definitely show you a change. We would like to reduce that content and make it more impactful, in the sense that I always used to tell this. This is probably something that I also have an issue with. I drive in the Mumbai-Pune highway, expressway, almost every second week. And as you know, Mumbai-Pune expressway, the driving is mostly at 100, 120, 200 kilometers per hour. And in that flash of a second or 2, 3, 4 seconds, I don't think any person can read what is written in any huge, lengthy advertisements. This is what your question is.
Yes.
I thank you for that question. I am definite that this is a point I take as a feedback, and we will definitely change this kind of advertisements that we do.
So you have to select the best out of them.
I think if you ask me which is the best of the three questions, I'd put it as size or quality.
Size or
that
quality.
That would be the first question.
Nishant Kumar from Atin OH.
Woo! What a lovely surprise, right? You are